Welcome, everyone. We are live. A little tardy, but live. Why did Facebook not load? I don't know. But that is neither here nor there. That is neither here nor there. Let's do it and see what happens. Let's do it and see what. Oh, look at that. Your girl is streaming on Facebook now. And I'm looking out the window, and there are the stars. I was worried that I wouldn't see them this morning, but there they are nonetheless. Today, hunger and thirst. Not talking about physical hunger and thirst. We know what happens with hunger and thirst physically. We are driven to satisfy those, are we not? Right? We are driven to satisfy our hunger and our thirst physically. But what about the other hunger and thirst that there is? The hunger and thirst for knowledge, the hunger and thirst, curiosity, the hunger and thirst for, is there more? Is there more to life than ... Is there more to life than what I am doing? And the same way that physical hunger and thirst are satisfied, so too is mental hunger and thirst satisfied. Because we're all looking to learn something, are we not? Whether we think so or not, we are. We are. So today the encouragement is this. There's so much physically try to initiate, we try and satisfy this physical hunger and thirst. But what if we turned our attention to satisfy the hunger and thirst that is within? There is one there. I'm sure there is. We all have them. What if we did that? Where would you even start? Well, it starts the exact same way your belly growls. You feel thirsty. And then you are driven to fulfill it. It is exactly the same psychologically. A desire to know something arises within your bosom, and then you go on this journey of seeking it. Same way you would do it physically. The exact same way. So, today, what mentally or psychologically is there a hunger and a thirst for? Only you can tell yourself that. The moment you have that sensation that says, "Ooh, I long for more." And in the beginning, you may not know what the more is, but you are still driven to fulfill it. So you'll notice you cannot subvert, if that's the word, the desire. The hunger must be satisfied. You can only circumvent it for so long. Like you got to work through your lunch hour. But sooner or later, you are going to find something to eat. Sooner or later, you're going to find something to drink to quench the hunger, to satisfy the hunger. That is exactly the same way psychologically, mentally, when you are desiring something more. The hunger is there. And the promise is those who hunger and thirst for righteousness shall be filled. But you see that word righteousness? Sometimes we put judgment in there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We sprinkle in that judgment because we're trying to justify what righteousness is. Right thinking. Right consciousness, meaning you are aware of it. This is your desire. So don't judge the desire. Allow it to pull you in the direction that it's going in. Now, I know some would say, but Angela, is that for all desires? What about those other kinds of desires? Listen, again, that is judgment. That is up to you. If what you desire is going to cost someone their lives, cost you your life, oh boy, your life is valuable. Just assess your desire. Assess it. Don't judge it, assess it. This is what I want. And allow it, just as you would your hunger for your food or your thirst for your drink, your water, your coconut water, your papaya juice, whatever that is, and watch what happens. But we say like, oh, but that cake. Oh, Angela, I desire that cake. I desire that chocolate cake, but oh, it's not good for my hips. It's not good for my diabetes. It's not good for this. It's not good for that. And by the time you're done, the desire is still there. And instead of just having a sliver of the cake, you devour the whole pan. Do you see the difference? The whole pan is not required to satisfy you. But when you try and talk yourself out of things, when you try and justify things, oh, just that small taste is all it takes sometimes to say, oh, that was enough for me. Small doses. But then you'll get the ones who say, but Angela, what if it was meth? Oh, come on, think about what you're asking. When you have a desire, that desire is there to move you forward, to expand your consciousness, not to bury your pain. Find a way. You're dealing with pain today, you're dealing with trauma today. Do you want to continually deal with it? No, you don't. That's anybody's answer. So you turn your attention upon something that will make you feel better. Oh, but Angela, nothing makes me feel better. Something does make you feel better. It does. Because that is the design. That is our nature, to always feel better. If that were not our nature, we would not reach for it. Naturally, automatically. So this morning, not only do we have physiological hungers and thirsts that we satisfy, but there is also the mental hunger and thirst. And if we give that time, we would satisfy it as well. And the funny thing is this, you satisfy the mental hunger and thirst, oh, something happens in the physical. The satisfaction also happens in the physical. Well, think about it. It is satisfaction. We're driven by the satisfaction. Because when the satisfaction happens, what's the first thing we say? That was nice. So do you not want the psychological hunger and thirst to be satisfied? To learn more? To comprehend more? But of course you do. So all that happens there is that desire comes up. But because that desire comes up, it will be satisfied. Why though? Because cause and effect. Cause and effect. And we try so hard to not get the satisfaction. Shoot, we even wrote a song about it. When that is not the case. You are meant to be satisfied because trust me, we all have a sensation of unrequited, don't we? Not being satisfied, we know what that feels like. That alone will drive you mad. And our natural state is not madness. Our natural state is calm and peace of mind. That is our natural state. So whatever it is you want to learn today, a way is made. You just have to decide what it is you want to learn, and you will find the outlet to satisfy and get that knowledge. Curiosity, a genuine curiosity. We all have it. And it is psychological. I wonder what that would feel like. I wonder what that would be like if I learned this thing. The desire is there. Stop trying to smother the desire. It is like a fire. And fire does what it does. Burns. So allow yourself to be curious about that desire for knowledge, for understanding. That's what we want, is it not? We want to understand how things work, why they are the way they are. Well then, ask. Ask the question. And you are promised that if you ask, you shall be answered. That is the promise. How do you know it's a promise? Because you must always reap what you have sown. That's the promise. If we did not reap what we'd sown, wow. So the promise is there. It's not just an afterthought. It goes right along with the desire. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. That tells you right there in those 3 sentences that you will always be satisfied. That is the promise. So today, my beautiful friends, there's much to learn. There's much to understand. There's much to believe in. There's much to trust. Angela, if I ask, who I ask this question to? All of those other inner questions that you've asked and got the answer to, who did you ask them to? You. Just ask the question. Ask it. And here's the funny thing. You have already asked the question. You think it has to do with opening your mouth? No, dearest. It has to do with becoming aware. The moment you become aware of, oh, I'd like to, ... that moment that awareness shows up, you have asked the question. And it shall be answered. So, those who hunger and thirst, you shall be filled. And you shall be filled with what you ask for. You can't be filled with something else. You have to be filled with what you're asking for. As within, so without. So hold fast, my beautiful friends, and know that that thirst for knowledge, that hunger for understanding, it is natural to have it. Allow it to unfold within you and watch your whole life change. You want to learn about the stars? You want to learn about what? Just have the desire and it will unfold for you. It will, because that's the promise. That is the promise. Ask, seek, knock, and it is done. It is, the only way you're going to know it is if you try it and test it for yourself. I can tell it to you until the cows come home. Moo. But that won't do it. You are the one who has to test it. You're the one who has to ask the question. I can tell you to ask, but until you ask, how will you know what the answer is? But the beautiful thing is this: then you get the answer, ow, and you do that dance. You know why you'll do the dance? Because you were the one who asked the question, and you were the one who got the answer. Nobody can come along to you and say, no, because you have the evidence. What do you think scientists thrive for day in and day out? The hypothesis that they can test to get an answer, to see, to understand how something works. You are the scientist asking. Fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. Come and quench this thirsting of my soul. Bread of heaven, feed me till I want no more. Fill my cup, fill it up and make me whole. I've been singing that song since I could talk. But today it has a new meaning. It has a new meaning. Anyway, let us say hello. I've just been gazing out the window at the stars and watching them twinkle in the sky. Twitter is as Twitter is, you know. And there's a couple people here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, but they haven't made themselves known in the chat. Fan base, who's in the house with us? We got Big Mike. Honey is in the house. Miss McQueen. KZ. Oh, there, Deborah. And Reacher. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you all for being here on this glorious Monday. So I shan't keep you. But this morning as you chime in, I don't know if you'll get chicken. He was asleep when I left him. But as we chime in this morning, there's that hunger burning in your bosom. Don't try and stifle it. Because the fact that you can feel that it is there, you have already asked. You've already asked the question. You're already seeking because it burns in your chest. You have already asked. We'll lean back and the answer emerges without force. Let me get the chime. Which one we gonna play today? We'll do the AM one. Come, darling, come. We'll do the morning one. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Much love to each and every one of you. And tonight, as usual, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are thinking fourth dimensionally. Oh, chapter 1. Yes, we are. That's the reading tonight. Thinking fourth dimensionally. Oh, indeed. But I will also read you an excerpt of what fourth dimension actually is. Well, that's tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to fall asleep with us, you are more than welcome to join. Go forth today and know that those who hunger and thirst for righteousness shall be filled. That is the promise to you. That is the promise. Peace out, Twitter. Peace out. Twitter is closed. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I see y'alls. I'll see you.